Hey guys, welcome back. In my last video, I talked about reading the market and reading charts on stocks and on ETFs and looking at those historical price trends over time and talking about how it isn't really that difficult to sometimes get a good feel for a stock. And we looked at stocks over a 5, 10, 20, and sometimes 20 plus year time frame. And generally, as I said in the video, the more successful stocks, while the market goes up and goes down, over those years and over all that time, the market and the share price for these successful companies typically rises. And I mentioned in that video that that's a good indicator that your money is pretty safe getting into those types of investments. Well, today I want to talk about another piece of information. It's just a small thing to look at in addition to all the other things that you look at when you want to make a choice as to whether or not you want to invest in a stock. Is it the right time? Is it a good investment? And what I want to talk about today is called insider trading. And a lot of people, when they hear the term insider trading, immediately have a negative feel or there's a negative connotation to that term. And that's because we typically only hear the term when it's in a negative sense. And what that means, insider trading can be illegal, but it can also be legal. And I'll tell you the two different scenarios here. When there is material information that directly affects a company, whether that's a positive effect or a negative effect, and I'll use the examples of, say, a quarterly report or an annual report, or if there is going to be a material change to the business itself in a positive or in a negative fashion, when that information is still not known to the public, so it's not been made public yet, that information, and someone within the company or with close ties to the company makes abnormal trades or really any trades for that matter, then that's illegal insider trading because they're making those trades based on knowledge that is not yet known to the general public. However, on the flip side, if there is no material changes or no material information, insiders within a company are always able to buy and sell stock within their own company. The only stipulation for them is that they must file that they have made those purchases or those sales. And then those records are made public so that everybody can see, along with all of the information that comes out from time to time from a company, they can see what the insiders are doing within the company. So if they're buying, then that's usually an indication that they're really looking at their investments, looking at their firm as a positive, and they think things are going to go well, but no specific information. That's just their drive. That's a good sign for us as investors when we see insiders that are buying. At the same time, if most of the transactions within a company are sales over the last little while, well, it might, depending on the time, it might be an indication that, okay, either these people have lost a little bit of faith or they might be just taking a bit of profit. But if long periods of time show sales within the company, that's usually not a good indication for the company. So I'm going to pick a stock here and I'm going to look at this a little bit deeper. Now, full disclosure, this is one of my stocks. This is one of my sweethearts. This is one of the stocks that I have to honestly say is probably my favorite stock because it's my best performing stock. And I'm going to look at Exchange Income Corporation out of Winnipeg, Ontario, Canada. So I'm on the website Simply Wall Street, and there is free and paid versions of Simply Wall Street. And all we do when we go to the website is we key in the ticker EIF, which is the one for Exchange Income Corporation. There's a lot of great information here, but if we look on the left-hand side and we click on ownership, that'll take us down to a specific area on the site, and it looks at all of the transactions for everyone within the company. And I'm just going to expand this here to show more. And what this does is it shows us the last 15 transactions that insiders in this company have made. It goes back to June of 2022, so really a full year's worth because we're in June 2023 right now. And all of the green are green items here are buys, and all of the yellows are sells. So you can see right around Christmas last year, there was two individuals within the company that sold. One of them for $254,000, sold 5,000 shares. The other sold 630 shares for a net profit of, or for a net take of $30,000, just over $30,000. But you can see here 13 of 15 transactions within the last year from insiders have all been purchases. But what I want to really focus on, and I have to admit, this isn't something that I constantly do or constantly look at, but this one caught my eye. Just before mid-June of this year, there were a couple of purchases there. A person by the name of Barb Garney bought 2,000 shares, totaling $104,500. And right above that, Gary Buckley, an insider, purchased 57,000 shares for just under $3 million. Now, again, this is an insider transaction. It's not insider trading. But for me, when I see an insider in a company make a purchase like that, and we haven't really had any earth shattering news since the 13th of June, what it tells me is that person is severely, really, really invested in that company and really believes that that company is going to do well. Now, as I said, disclosed that I am, I don't want to say heavily, heavily invested, but I have a good portion into Exchange Income Corporation. But when I see something like that, that really gives me a great feeling that, 13 of 15 transactions here are all purchases from people within the company itself. So again, just another tool for you. Simply Wall Street. There's a number of sites out there that you can go and search insider trading on or insider transactions on, and it will tell you for any company that you're looking at who's buying, who's selling, and what are the most recent purchases and sales of those stocks or of those companies. So again, just a tool for you to put in your tool case when you're analyzing a stock, just to see what are the people inside the company doing. And as I said, for me, an Exchange Income Corporation, this is a great sign. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. As I always ask, if you have enjoyed this video, I would please ask you to consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. Until next time, take care and we'll talk to you soon.